Just remember, this is about securing your vote. Do you pay taxes? Are you a citizen? Do you abide by the law? Great. You probably want your election secure. The media, the DNC absolutely do not, and they are throwing a fit. Let's move on to this. This is some good news. I mean, that was fun. It was nice, but it's not necessarily good news.
I thought it was good news.
Yesterday, President Trump signed an executive order, and we'll get into exactly what this is. You know, a lot of people have been calling for this, ourselves included.
Yes.
This is important. I don't know why it's being skimmed over right now.
I do.
An executive order to secure elections, and very reasonable, by the way.
Election fraud. You've heard the term.
I've heard it.
Ended, hopefully. Perhaps some people think I shouldn't be complaining because we won in a landslide. But we got to straighten out our election. This country is so sick because of the election, the fake elections and the bad elections. And we're going to straighten it out.
I can't do that. I can't pause during a signature. There's no way. That's a skill.
What's in that jar?
And it's an honor to sign this one.
It's water.
Sign all of them, but to sign this one is a great honor.
Now, this is important, right? Because you'll see a lot of people where they can never be pleased go, yeah, well, he's not delivering on all the promises. This is an important one. We have been talking about it for a long time.
Yes.
It would require him to be president. It would require a Republican to get into this, into the White House, who is willing to do something. And we're here. This is a big deal. So what does it do? This executive order requires proof of citizenship to vote. I know some of you are saying that wasn't a thing before. Exactly. Voting system upgrades, and it requires states, by the way, to comply or risk losing federal funds. These are all good things. Also requires you to vote with only your hands, which really screws limbless Larry. Sorry, Larry.
Oh, I didn't think about that one.
And here's the thing, too. I want to be clear about proof of citizenship to vote. This is not an issue that should be controversial. It is not controversial. We'll get to other nations. By the way, this just puts us really raises us to the standards of most nations in the first world, but it's become a politicized issue here. This does matter when you look at the numbers. From the 2024 presidential election, to give you an idea, in Arizona, President Trump won by 187. Total non-citizens in Arizona are 273,000. He lost it by about 10, 15,000, I believe, in the election before that. Georgia,
yeah.
President Trump won by 115 this last election. Non-citizens, 339,000. Michigan, he won by 80. Total non-citizens, 91,000. When you look at the margins by which he lost them in the previous election, hey, I'm not saying that all non-citizens voted. I'm saying that it's possible, and the margins are within tens of thousands of votes.
Right.
How can anyone be opposed to proof of citizenship to vote? Can someone please let me know the argument against it? It's like school choice. I haven't heard a valid one.
Well, and they're also against the voter ID thing. And with you states like Minnesota and Waltz up there running it, saying, I'm just going to give it to everybody.
Right.
Then that just makes these numbers much, much more terrifying because he wants non-citizens to have licenses and doesn't care if they go vote, apparently.
And by the way, just in case you didn't hate the media enough and the Democrat Party enough, and I do mean hate. It's okay to hate evil. We're not talking about people. We're talking about hating ideas, evil ideas. And these ideas are central, and they are what keep our legacy media system and the DNC running. In case you haven't hated them enough, just remember, this is about securing your vote. Do you pay taxes? Are you a citizen? Do you abide by the law? Great. You probably want your election secure. The media, the DNC absolutely do not, and they are throwing a fit.
President Trump, who still claims he won the 2020 election, he didn't, signs an executive order which would upend how U.S. elections are run.
Trump signed another executive order tonight on elections, which, among other things, demands that all states hand over their voter rolls to Donald Trump's top campaign donor, Elon Musk. Because Elon Musk will, I don't know, fix the voting rolls or something.
Which mistakes will be made in
require
identifying
ID?
who is a citizen, who is not, who should be voting, who is not, so on and so forth.
You must use certain voter ID on, in other situations, just outright making it complicated.
Yes.
What the hell did he say?
But to use single-syllable words on your prompter are complicated.
That's true.
So I was going to go through some countries that do have voter ID requirements or proof of citizenship requirements.
Right.
The problem is it's so long. It's actually faster for me to give you the countries that don't. The only other countries that don't, Somalia, Congo, Laos. Okay, so this puts us up there with other nations.
Easier.
Yeah, 3. And I'm sure. Look, you can fact check me. I'm sure that there are some different nuances, but the truth is, it's not a controversial issue anywhere else in the world. It's just because you, the American worker, the taxpayer, you're supposed to be the charity for the entire world. They should have secure elections. Only citizens can vote there. By the way, only citizens enjoy certain privileges in places like Mexico, to be clear, in places like Quebec, where I'm from. The kinds of privileges that are available to everyone here in this country, including non-citizens who don't pay taxes. You, the American worker, the American taxpayer, you subsidize the entire world. You don't get to have free and fair elections so that the rest of the world can, as they stare down their noses at us. Nope, we're not going to be like Somalia, Congo, and Laos. We'll just be like, I don't know, France. That's the first time I ever said that is a good thing.
Pick a country in Europe, they do it better than us right now. This is a brilliant 80-20 issue that we've been talking about, that the Trump administration has been on the right side of. He forces the Democrats to be on the wrong side of, and the public 100%-ish supports some kind of thing. And that's me just making up a stat out of my head.
Yeah, that's fine.
It's just this is such a no-brainer for most people when you get down to the nitty-gritty of it. That's why I'm pissed off that we're talking about the next two stories that we're talking about. Because this is what matters.
We get it, Gerald. He's aggravated.
Very
Gerald's
angry.
mad,
guys,
everybody.
I'm really on a tear today, Goldernet.
It just ruffles my feathers, okay?
That really sticks in my craw.
Where's a craw? I don't even know.
I'm not entirely sure either.
I don't know when it's a.
I don't know when
there's
we're-
lots of them though.
Apparently you found one.
Did we have an epidemic of goat getting?
I don't
to the
know.
point that
Yes.
became an expression.
You
It
got
really
my
gets
goat?
my goat.
Huh.
Okay, fine.
I think it's a Middle Eastern phrase.
Could be.
Yeah, probably.
No, that's.
Man, that guy really got my goat.
Well,
I'm sorry to hear
wow.
that. That's your wife.
Yeah, but why? But enough about your honeymoon. Hey, if you liked this video, you can comment or hit like. And you know what that. Because you and I were a lot alike. Probably like dogs. I like dogs. If you like cats, I don't want you here. I'm not making videos for cat people. I told you, if you're a cat, I don't want you here. I'm not doing it. Not doing it for cat people. Dog person, click there. Cat person,